Alberto, great to see you. I'm joined today by Alberto Masserdotti, CEO of Masserdotti Group and Domino Systems. Alberto, tell us a little bit more about your business.
So Neil, great to hear you. It's a very pleasure for me to be here and to see you again. And Masserdotti Group is a company founded by my father in 1967, and in 1992 we was the first European company to install the digital printing systems. It was the 3M Scotch print. And we see ourselves as an industrial technology partner for visual communication. And we are retail focused, and we are take a look regarding the evolution of retail.
Okay, and I know I've seen your premises, your factory is absolutely fascinating. I'm really impressed with it. But I suppose the last 18 months we've had real challenges with COVID-19. Now, how have you dealt with it as a company, and also as well as a representative of FESPA Italia, as the president? How have your members dealt with COVID-19 in the last 15 to 18 months?
We try to follow the government instructions, and we try to take a feeling closer with the guys, making webinar, making all the things that can understand better the situation. I'm talking about webinar regarding financial approach, because there was a lot of economic crisis, and for example, contribute that the government start to talk about, not to do, to talk about, and in that way there was occasion to explain and listen to the preoccupation that the guys, the partner had, the association had, and all the printing community had.
Okay. And your business, I mean, what did you do in your business with regard to the challenges you faced?
My business was completely stopped for 69 days during the lockdown, because in Italy we close everything at the end of February. Starting end of February, beginning of March, everything was closed. So if you could print, there was no customer to receive your printing. So also, if we could print something, there's no people with the retail open. So we decide to close everything for the economic situation, of course, for the government instruction, but first of all for the people that work in the company. So it was more safer to close and to stop our activity.
And how is the business now? So moving forward, we're starting to see light at the end of the tunnel with regard to this situation.
Now the situation is, of course, is better, much better than the beginning. The events start now just a little bit to do it again, and the campaign vaccine was now is working very well. So the situation and the feeling with the situation is much better.
Okay. And I've been obviously here at FESPA now for 10 years. I've known you for many of those years, Alberto. But I wanted to find out the key trends as a leading printer in Italy. What have been the last key trends in the last 10 years that you think have really changed the industry?
Well, the key trend in the last 10 years, I can divide this answer in two ways. The first way is technology. UV, latex, and now green, for us is the answer in the last 10 years. But I'm talking about just technology. If I talk about a key trend regarding the business, I can say web to print, digital signage, and textiles.
Do you know what, something really intrigues me about your business, Alberto, is Domino System, which I believe is the digital signage part of your business. Many printers try and get into this space and don't necessarily succeed. What has been the secret of your success?
Well, it's a good question, but I don't have secret. We start with I think with a good value proposition that it was for Domino was introduced not a web to print but a web to display. So if you are a square meter printed with the digital printing, you can use a square meter of a monitor. But it means that digital signage is a complete erase the digital printing, but they work together for a good value proposition, global proposition for the retails. So I think that the secret is not a secret, okay, is that we are in front of our customer to say yes to all the question and not a no.
And so I speak to many printers around the world who say that they've gone on the journey that you've gone on. What do you think are the key things which they should take away from the lessons that you've learnt about how you integrate a digital signage business into a digital print business?
I think that everybody can integrate the digital signage in digital printing. Everybody, I'm sure about that. Because they can say to the customer just a different way to understand his business. Because they talk about the printer talk with the customer in a marketing way. So it's just to change some term of condition, but the argument is the same: is communication. So the people needs, of course, a little bit of training, but it's not so difficult for us to understand the pillars that compose the digital signage and then transmit it to the end user. I think it's not so difficult. We did it.
Well, and that's very heartening, I know. When do you think you're going to get your business back to pre-pandemic levels? Do you think it's going to take a long time, or do you see the demand growing quickly already?
Now is very a fragile situation, but I'm sure that in 2022 we'll be with the vaccine campaign again on the road.
In the next 10 years, what do you think the future is for our industry?
Well, it's not so easy, but to do the right words. I think that. Again, the green will be, all the green technology and all the green deal will be the future. Because, all the world is moving in the green, and all the major companies is making a production totally done with the green pillars. So I think that it will be very, very, very important. Probably could be also a great mixture between typical sign and display, home decor, digital signage, cartoons and textiles. All these things probably will be a great mixture of everything, and all of that will be based on green.
Thank you so much for your time. It's a pleasure as always.
Thank you for everything, and thank you for all the things that you do for FESPA. Thank you again.
Grazie mille.
Grazie a voi.